See, we're live, man.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Let the Madness Begin. William Coleman, Marshawn Taylor. It's getting chilly. Protect yourself.
Marshawn, you look short, man.
I'm farther back. You know, like that picture.
You're further
like,
back? That's what it is?
Further
Okay.
back.
All
Yeah.
right, whatever. Let me see. Yeah, you still short. Okay.
So your mind this evening.
Man, let's see. Think what I say when people, a situation I spoke about how when you come to agreement to wait on something and you decide to do things on your own without waiting on the other party, it's kind of like, where do you draw the line? Because like you see, if we came to an agreement about, say you want to have pizza for dinner tonight.
Okay.
He said, Marshawn, I want pizza tonight. Okay, cool. How about this? Just wait till I get home and we order the pizza. Like, I could do that, So I decided, you know what? I ain't going to Marshawn. We'll order pizza. I'm ordering nothing but vegan pizza. Now, mind you, Marshawn likes vegan pizza. I just have a taste for vegan pizza. So I order vegan pizza for everybody. Me, you, Nani, and whoever else comes over. Marshawn comes home. He's like, what the fuck is this? I don't eat pizza. Does someone like pizza? It's pizza. It's vegan pizza. I don't eat this shit. And guess what? I'm not going to eat this bullshit. And guess what? You going to eat this bullshit. Guess what? I was going to go half on it, but guess what? It's all on you tonight. You know what I'm saying? That's
right.
It's a little childish, but I mean, hey, what do you expect? My thing is, if me and you came to agreement to do on certain terms about certain ideas, or something we want to, if it goes the wrong way, is it more on, should I feel upset? Should I feel a certain way if you get offended? In a sense. See where I'm going with this? Like I said, because I get extra and I get offended with it. I order this vegan pizza. I'm not gonna sound like that, of course.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and man, he shouldn't have went off on me like that. Now he got an attitude, and now this joker, he done ran left and got McDonald's. How you know I didn't want McDonald's? That type of deal, man.
That's actually funny because you see situations like that all the time where people will make decisions and think that they're making the decision inclusive.
Yeah, right.
And it's not, and then they get mad when you're like, wait a second, I'm not playing this game. I'm not being
a
part of it.
Agreed to.
Right. It reminds me of a story I heard where this person approached this person and said, hey, I need, I have a question. They asked the question, they answered the question, and the person didn't like the way they answered the question. So then the person was like, are you upset? Are you angry? And started making all these accusations. And it's like, wait a second, the only thing you asked me was a question.
Right.
So why are you getting offended if I answered your question?
Right.
People tend to I think people want to paint us in a box. Like that scenario you just said,
right.
I believe psychologically, they know that person ain't gonna need that.
Right.
So they want to create an issue.
I can see that.
And I think more so that's what we're really seeing when you see situations like that is people want to create issues. I think it's a lot of people out there that they have this preconceived notion of who you are. And so they automatically think that, okay, I'm gonna have a problem with this person no matter what. So I might as well do what I want to do instead of saying, well, maybe I won't have a problem with a person if I just include them on situations or ask their opinion about something or take them into consideration.
Okay.
And I see that happens a lot.
Also, yeah, I do. I mean, it's cool sometimes if, and I think sometimes somebody stands on that saying, you rather ask for forgiveness than beg for permission,
right?
Or wherever.
Which is the dumbest thing.
Which at times it is dumb, and sometimes I can see where it applies.
No,
it shouldn't be a thing that applies. Okay, so what do you find an issue with the saying?
Think about it. I look at it like this: if you got to ask permission, if you got to ask, if it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission, then you already know what you're entering in is wrong.
Okay.
It's like saying I broke into your house, but I needed to get something out the house. So I didn't want to ask you to open the door.
Right.
So I just went ahead and broke the window. So I'm sorry I broke the window, but I was standing at the door. So
Okay.
I don't understand.
better
And I
way to
think,
play.
but that goes back to these sayings. We say these things, and a lot of times we're like, "Oh wow, that sounds good." Because I used to say that it's better to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission. Then it's like, in what scenario is that better? And we
Right.
cannot come up with one. We honestly cannot come up with one. We cannot even say.
I like that. I like that. I like this. A good way to elaborate.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people do. They don't take the, like you said, they don't think out the words and the meaning behind them when they say things like that. You know, and then like you said, nothing really solid to stand on. You know, when you do that, you can't sit there and like you said, break somebody's window and they're right there at home. Tell me, you need to get something out of the house, and you say you're waiting on them. It does make a lot of sense. That kind of, you're right. In the long run, would make the scenario even better. You know. So on to the next thing, man. So more on your boy, AB. He has like I told you, he's still the Buck.
Oh, I figured that part.
Still gonna be a Buck.
Tom Brady is
the Buck. Is what? Go ahead, man. Say it, man. You know. So you're not hesitant about Tom Brady's what?
You know what? I'm not one of these people. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. I just don't think he's the greatest quarterback. But that's because I think, of course, 49ers show my time, but more of Peyton Manning. I think Peyton Manning done more with less, even though awards and so it didn't pan out that way. But if you look at it statistically, he done more with less. But AB is. We don't need sponsorships, do we?
Go ahead, man. Just go.
He's a house nigga that got. He's a house nigga.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't care what anybody say. He's a house nigga. Okay. And you know why he's a house nigga?
Why is that?
Because he knows that his white daddy will make sure he's taken care of. But he's only taken care of because he can do one thing. If I don't need you, we're not having this conversation.
Right.
So what are you more?
So
you're a buck.
I got you. I guess I can understand your stand on that. But dang,
it pisses me off because, dude.
So you think his talent is going to outweigh
right now?
Right now.
Because
right now he's still on the team.
Yeah,
so do you think he will play for that team?
I think he will play in the playoffs.
Okay.
If they ain't cut him, if they ain't cut him now, they ain't gonna cut him.
But guess what? So I'm gonna put it that way. Either way, he still gets a Super Bowl ring if they go win.
That's the sad part about it.
So I mean, regardless, the only thing is, like you said, will he play for another team?
No, I don't think he plays again. I think my issue, and the only reason why I say that is because if I'm to believe everything that was said,
go ahead.
Tom Brady went out of his way to ingratiate this man in this culture.
Gravitas, even you said gravitas. I got you. Okay.
He got you. He went out of his way to make sure that he brought AB with him. Remember, AB was let go in New England, and when Tom Brady left New England, he brought AB.
Not right away.
Not right away, but he brought AB.
Okay.
He literally, the coach said no. The coach got on national TV and said, heck no. Tom Brady said, no, I need him to win. They got a Super Bowl. Yeah, and he performed well.
That's right.
AB is great. He's talented. Right. I'm never going to deny that.
And I'm glad you brought that up because I thought about it today. Now, my thing is, because as far as his performance, whether, like I said, regardless, we already established he's going to get the ring whether he plays again or not. He's going to get the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they got to give him a ring.
So far as another team, you got to look at it this way. The only scenario I could think close to it is your boy, your man crush, T.O. Now, but
okay, hold on. T.O. came out. Go ahead.
Came out the closet?
No.
Oh
no. T.O. came out. Okay, T.O. had he made a statement.
Right, he made a statement.
He said we ain't the same. He let people know we ain't the same.
He got you. But at the same time,
I would.
You would what?
I would
come out the closet.
I would
If you
cut
was-
AB and
and
I
Terrell.
would get Terrell Owens.
Get Terrell Owens
I would.
to get him to that one Super Bowl ring. Huh?
I would.
That's
Terrell
what I'm
Owens is in the best shape you've probably seen in years to be almost 50. Tom Brady's what, 44?
right.
I mean, you're not asking Terrell Owens to be the number one receiver. You're not asking him to go out there and catch 10 balls, but what you're asking him to do is to be a 6'3" big target, either in the middle of the field or exactly. You can literally use him. But the issue will be is the system.
Right. But like you said, you just tell him, you ain't necessarily got to put him in the system. You just tell him,
but Tom Brady,
give him around.
He's different. If it was Peyton Manning, yes. Russell Wilson, yes. But Tom Brady, the mechanics.
I understand that.
Mechanics. And
I can understand.
It's too late for that. And that's the only reason why AB is not cut, because he can run routes. And right now, they know that that's more important than the shenanigans, which is why he stayed.
He run routes. He runs the routes as Brady.
Right, exactly.
Sets him up for him because he doesn't. Because people don't understand, he's not. He can run routes, but he doesn't run routes. Just like your boy, he's like in the line of OBJ and them. They get the sense. You just tell them, hey, run post,
right?
You know, cut whatever. Hey, you know, come across. You know, that's pretty much how their routes run.
Yeah.
You know. They know the plays, but hey, in this play, I need you to do this.
You got that step, like 1, 2, 3, cut right there, and Brady's going to have the ball right there. That's the difference. You will not be able to get T.O. up to speed this late.
Right. So,
however, I don't foresee him playing this next game.
Okay.
So Tampa Bay will probably
suspend
him. Already look at it like this: he doesn't cost himself money.
Right.
So technically, you could find him and put him in the negative. Because right now he doesn't cost himself money. He's not getting that money. Like Tom Brady is not going to give him the incentives that he needs. Not now.
No.
What's going to happen is if they get a chance to go to the Super Bowl and they win, you will never be able to tell AB anything for the rest of his life.
You're not going to be able to tell him anything, period, though.
He literally said
on national TV on the game. About. Right.
He was at the next game.
Right.
You just left the field and you're at the next game. You're still in New York.
Nope. Watch the Giants play. Hey, come on. He's at his team. He's working for his next team. Hey, man, look. I could be OBJ, but better. I'm AB.
He's done. I mean, because
my question is, has his skills diminished?
Yes.
A lot.
Not by a lot.
Okay, then.
But he's 35.
So
and he's a small receiver.
So
and he's taking lots of hits.
He's still one of the fastest.
He may be one of the fastest, but the game is quicker.
Guess what?
Michael Parsons ain't
you know
no
what?
joke.
You know what?
Well, Micah, let me get it right. Micah Parsons ain't no joke. And he's like the smallest. He bought like a safety that's playing linebacker. I'm still trying to figure him out. He's quick. I give it to him. He's quick. I hate to see him in 3 years. He probably bulk up.
Yeah.
But the game is quicker now. Them corners are bigger. If he plays, it's not gonna be Tom Brady.
It's not gonna be a Tom Brady team. It's gonna be a team, say like a Jacksonville Jaguars.
Damn.
Yeah. It's gonna be
want to go there.
But like I said, if he wants to play that bad, he'll end up like that. Or God forbid, Carolina Panthers.
You know what? I say it like this, and I said this before. Financially will determine what he does. I know he making Facebook money. He making money off of all these things. Being in the spotlight, and I get that. But it's crazy to me how you was arguably going down as one of the best receivers
in history.
And I mean, you wasn't gonna beat T.O. or Randy Moss or Jerry Rice.
Right.
But you was actually going to be up there. Yeah. And now
he done talked his way out of a Hall of Fame.
And that's the thing.
Right.
Which do I think is fair? I think he would have gotten into the Hall of Fame if he did not do Sunday. Sunday will probably always haunt him for the rest of the day.
I think he's gonna make the Hall of Fame, but it's gonna be like
Warren Moon. 20. I think how many times it took Warren Moon?
It took a while. It's gonna be a minute. It's going to be a minute. I mean, if you look at he does some astonishing things in his
He
first
has.
years in Pittsburgh, but we shall see.
And that's the thing. I mean, the talent, you can't deny the talent. The problem is that does the talent outweigh the issues? Because you got Pittsburgh, which he has a great track record there up until the final 2 years.
Right.
Then you got a no-show in Las Vegas. A no-show. Like he was there, but no-show. Then you got one game in New England. And that's it. And then you got a Super Bowl in Tampa, possibly a second one.
Possibly second. He gets the ring regardless. People understand. He
played enough games to get the ring.
To get the ring.
But after this season, I doubt any team picks him up. I know what? I take that back. It's the NFL. If he does something amazing in the offseason, he'll probably play for a team. Especially, he may not. I'll say it like this. I don't foresee him being at the start of the season.
Yeah, I just said I see
middle.
It's gonna be one of them teams where they need a receiver, and it's not that they need him to win. They just need him to bring people to the stands to watch.
It could be, or it could be like how Kansas City did on Josh Gordon, where we do need a receiver. We're willing to take the chance. It's just that Josh Gordon didn't pan out.
Where's Josh Gordon at now?
He was on Kansas City.
He's still there.
I guess.
Yeah, he's still there.
I don't think he's playing, but
he's playing, but he's not doing what he used to do. He's still in
so long. I feel bad for him.
But I mean, it's just one of them things. Like you fall below the radar.
And see, and that's why when people, what I don't like is black men and fame. It's something about fame and black men.
Right.
Like we can't handle it.
It's a drug in itself.
But it does something to us.
It does.
I'm looking at Tristan Thompson. I'm like, damn. No, I'm not trying to be funny, but is Chloe that bad in bed? Or you just don't know condoms? Like, what is it, dude? Like, fame it has overtaken people. But
you
go ahead. No.
You go first.
But it's something that I heard. And I can't remember where I heard. So I'll credit Tommy Sotomayor for it, but I don't think it was him. Jocks are actually nerds with talent. If you remove the ability to do what they do on the field, on the court, they don't have no social skills. So they're technically the same as nerds.
But look at it this way, and I'm gonna stop you there. And you have a very good point. That's why you think about why, like in colleges, they have a PA person.
Right.
Same thing with pro teams. They have a PAO, public affairs office. Yeah. Somebody who always a media person that's always working with them. That's why a lot of times people understand. Like, yeah, they draft them on their ability. They also draft them on their sellability, the way they can, they can connect with the fans.
It's just
and then they say, okay, we interview this person and they seem to handle this question pretty well. Do you think if we bring them to our team, can we mold them enough to sit there and have a real good interview, a good chat, sit there and carry a conversation, or not sound so a lot of dead, they know how to carry themselves when they ask certain questions.
So, no, I agree with you. It's
so that I understand, because you think about it, nerds are, in a sense, or from what I've understood, are socially awkward.
Right. So, and if you look at athletes, for the most part, they're the same. They're socially awkward. That's why they fall victim to the fame, because really without the actual talent, who are they? Most of them.
They're my Sean Taylor.
No, because they're dumber. No, they're dumber. Some of them are dumber. Let's be real. So we know some of them shouldn't even have passed anything. So I didn't, when that was brought up as a point, I was like, that actually makes sense. And it's like, if think about it, that's why you see them go through stuff like that, because they're not used to being the center of attention, because outside of what they do, they're really reclusive a lot. Think about it now. More sports people are in home playing video games than we ever seen before. At one point, there'll be Lawrence Taylor used to sniff a line of cocaine and break people's legs on Monday Night Football. Look it up. That's a fact. That is a fact. And he'll tell you he don't remember that game. I'm sorry he got arrested recently, but he'll tell you he don't remember that game. And he was famous for that. These athletes are home playing video games. That's what Kardashian.
That's why we gonna kick off YouTube. You put people business out there like that.
It's just public knowledge. Yeah, he talked about it.
It sounds worse when it comes out your mouth, though. Like you emphasize.
I like Lawrence Taylor. He did.
He did go.
I mean, do you understand how amazing that is?
He did a line of chin his ass before he got on the field.
That is a boss move, and I would have loved to party with him.
Oh, okay.
Lawrence Taylor,
right?
Rick James, and Prince. If I was born at a certain time period, we all would have been friends. Okay. But speaking of friends, and I'm glad we got this segue. Speaking of friends, so somebody apologized. Apparently, they apologized to Scottie Pippen for the Last Dance documentary and how it portrayed him.
Okay, I got you.
I don't know how to act. I mean,
so why do you think he did it?
Truthfully, someone told him that Scottie Pippen's hurting.
Okay.
I think that's the only reason why he did it. I think big picture.
Do you think he really cares?
No.
Okay.
But I think he cares about how he's portrayed now because he's an owner.
Right.
I don't fault him for how he was during that time period. To me, Michael Jordan was like the father off of Good Times, James Evans. He was a wartime father. He was
a wartime father.
Yeah, he was one. He was a look. We in battle. What he always say, we in battle.
Right.
We getting beat up. Right. They ain't taking. And he built like he made a statement in the whether you like the Last Dance documentary, how it portrayed everybody or not. One thing he said was, "Y'all wasn't here.
Right.
I built this.
Right.
I was
right.
And
understandable.
Hey, I get it. He's like, y'all wasn't here. And he's like, and for him, I honestly do believe that out of everybody, he felt more of a connection to Scottie Pippen. I still do believe that it was him. Scottie Pippen was the closest one because unlike everybody else, Scottie Pippen was there the whole time too. Scottie didn't leave until after 98. So Scottie Pippen, from the time he was drafted all the way up. So Scottie Pippen was there for the whole duration. So Scottie understood what it took, what they built. Right. He understood what they went through. And for him, I think.
So you, no, go ahead, finish what you're saying.
So I think personally, and actually thinking about him apologizing, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I actually watched the documentary 4 or 5 times. Like I might watch it again this weekend. Like I actually enjoy it. Like watching it, not only because it's nostalgic and everything, but honestly, just seeing how everybody who's in that documentary don't like Michael Jordan, but they all say one thing: it's what we needed.
Right.
I think Michael Jordan was hurt that Scottie Pippen did what he did in 1994.
He was.
I think that's what it was. And I think
he was hurt.
He was hurt.
And he voiced it. You could tell that.
He was hurt because he felt that Scottie was better than that.
Right. And then he also was upset that he sold himself short.
Right. Yeah, I do agree with that.
I think he was really pissed off by that because you did all that.
Right.
And you still didn't get what you were worth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what I think what really killed him. He didn't say that, but in so many words, because how he put it, he was like, well, yeah, if I was Scottie, I should have got what I was worth. And he said, he finally showed up. But
yeah, so I do. Yeah. And that to me, 94, like her, even though Michael Jordan wasn't on that team, seeing that to go down, I think that really, and I think he lost respect for Scottie Pippen. And honestly, I don't think he ever got that respect back. But however, I think in 96, he was getting it back. But when 98 happened and Scottie Pippen said, my bad, he's like, wait a second. You could do that with Kukoc.
Right.
You can do that when I'm not here, but it's me.
Right.
And I think that hurt him. So I think Michael Jordan, he's still. Him and 50 Cent are the pettiest people of God's creator. You never want to piss either one of them off ever in your life. Like, if you ever owe, which by the way, we don't talk about people owing money because this is just crazy out here. But if you ever piss anybody off, don't let it be 50 Cent or Michael Jordan. Because Michael Jordan, he was hurt. He was upset with Scottie Pippen. And I don't think he purposely tried to blast him on The Last Dance. However,
I think it was edited that way to look.
It was that, of course, and of course, Michael Jordan has final say so, but
he probably,
there was no other way of editing that.
Right.
Even looking, honestly, I remember that game because I watched it live. Yeah, I didn't even think of it. Well. I didn't even think of it that way.
No,
but
it's his point of view,
right?
It's Michael's point of view, and I think, and I'm gonna say it was portrayed because if you look at it, everybody that spoke on it. The first thing they spoke about was Scottie.
But Scottie had a chance to speak on it too.
He did, and he did. And like I said, and that's the thing. And people will understand. Sometimes it's good to voice your side of the story. You know. And
I wish he wouldn't have said that he would have done it all over again. I wish he would have showed some humility. Right. That probably would have smoothed everything over. But even when everybody was talking, because the other person that was very upset and hurt was Bill Cartwright. Right. And I don't think people really caught that. Cartwright, it was like, Cartwright in there crying. He upset. He's like, look, we here. We battling the Knicks. Right. We coming off the heels of 3 championships. This is your team. And you don't go in. And Kukoc is like, I feel bad for Kukoc because he made the valid point. He said, I hit like 4 or 5 game winners in the same way all year. And then they just show highlight. And actually was a better player than what people thought. Right. But Michael Jordan didn't apologize because he wants to amend any relationship with Scottie. I think at this point, he looks at Scottie Pippen as a clown. And this is no disrespect to Scottie Pippen because I always thought Scottie Pippen was, even though it's not popular,
He pulled a Kwame. Just pretty much, he pulled a Kwame. Just as you want to say, you pulled a Kwame.
He did. He really.
I bet you want to say Kwame's Brown's name so bad. Just say
he did pull a Kwame. But I actually thought he was a more well-rounded player than Jordan.
He was,
and I thought that his overall he could have been better.
And that's the thing Jordan saw in him, and he brought out of him.
He did,
and that's the thing.
He brought 20 points
because people understand prior to when him. I used to watch them games. He used to be on the court looking at Scottie like, yo.
Out of everybody, that's the thing. Even when you look at the documentary, he'll talk to Horace.
Right.
But it was always Scottie.
Right.
Scottie related everything to the team. And that's what they said. And even there was like, so his respect for Scottie was up here. Right. The problem is that 94 happened. Right. And he didn't apologize. And then 98 happened. Right. And it's like, what? I didn't do this to you.
Right.
So how does this make, if I was Scottie Pippen, I actually would be hurt more that he apologized because it makes it really.
And now, because now it makes him look like shit asshole.
Exactly. Like,
and that's why Jordan did it as well.
This could have been a private call.
Private call. But also at the same time, everything he said out public about Jordan could have been a private conversation as well. So that's what he got to understand. Jordan got people behind him, a team to tell him what to do. And that's exactly what they told him, we just going to wait. Because you think about it, you ain't heard much about Scottie's book lately.
No, honestly, you haven't. And
I
did buy the book.
Since you came out, right? Mm-hmm. So now that there's not much being said about Scottie's book, guess what you're going to go ahead and do? Make like an ass. I want to apologize, Yeah. And I'm like, saying I'm going to help Scottie out. I'm going to apologize. So guess what? People want to go buy his book. People want to go find some retro Pippins out there, buy some retro Pippins.
Actually, I was looking at
it. See what I'm saying?
Like it's some retro
Pippins. I'm getting that. People
the ones with the air on the side.
Right.
They'll look.
People gonna want to buy his tequila.
Honestly,
it's
funny you said that. I think Pippen issue was that he wanted what Michael had.
But like you said, if he would have did right by Jordan, I guarantee you. They'd have been retro Pippins out regularly. There'd have been everything.
He probably would have been on the staff with the Charlotte Hornets. Exactly. I honestly believe if 94 didn't happen, 98 didn't happen.
I'm trying to tell you.
I honestly believe Scottie Pippen would be somewhere with Jordan.
He'd be right there. He'd be right there, right on Jordan.
Yeah. So, I just don't know where Scottie goes from here because he's not on TV no more.
Exactly.
Of course, he got the tequila, which kind of ironic.
Because
Jordan had. I think Jordan had tequila or brandy or something.
He did.
I forgot what he had.
Jordan got everything.
He
does. He got cologne. He got draws. He got everything.
Yeah,
so,
I think he got cigars.
Yeah, cigars. So I mean, my thing is, be careful what you ask for.
Ooh, good point.
What you ask for. He wanted to try to get himself to where Jordan is at. Mind you, Jordan didn't get there overnight.
We talked about
there overnight.
We talked about this before, and that work ethic is legendary.
Yeah, like I said, his acumen is pretty decent. He got pretty good because he had at one point. He had a couple of car dealerships in the Raleigh-Durham.
I think he still got one.
He still got one.
Yeah.
I believe he still has one left. He used to have a restaurant in Chapel Hill. That's gone, but he still has the one in Chicago. I think he has a restaurant somewhere else.
And I think he has investments in a couple other things.
He's so either way.
And
Scottie made some bad decisions.
He did. I mean, the first one and
94, 98, those first two.
But you know what's crazy? When I rewatched the documentary, Scottie Pippen could have always made more money than Jordan because Jordan came in the league during a time where contracts were really horrible.
Right.
So Scottie was up for contracts quicker.
Like I said, Jordan's upset that he didn't get what he was worth, and he did all that for pretty much nickels in a bucket.
Exactly.
So
yeah. Well. So speaking of money, so there's this. I guess he's a rapper, YK Osiris. So every time I turn around, this kid look like he's getting bullied because apparently he owed people money, from Drake to I forgot who else. French Montana. Apparently this rapper, because all rappers were Gucci and they got money.
Right.
Apparently this rapper owes other rappers money and they have no business blending it out.
Don't play with
Drake,
house money.
Drake made him perform in his house.
Okay.
The last person we saw perform in somebody's house was Ray J, and Fabulous went at him on that one. He said, "You gotta come." Boy, and I felt bad for Ray J because it was just so cool. But Fabulous was like, "Yeah, you got sold that house." But when does it stop? This living above your means? Because another rapper, Little Xanax, which by the way, now I didn't even realize his manager was Stat Quo.
Yeah.
Apparently now he's mad at Stat Quo, saying that Stat Quo kept him drugged up so he could perform at shows, which by the way, anybody knows an addict. If an addict is down and they can't perform, you have to give them the drugs and make the money. Right. Like you're booked for the show. Right. Like you can't get mad at him. He's booked for the show. Do I condone it? No, but he was a drug guy. He was a little Xanax. Right. Xanax. Yeah, Xanax. What clout rappers, man? I don't.
You're writing your body, your ass writing a check that you can't have cash.
I couldn't imagine like being first off owing people money. It's okay, it happens in life, but
it happens in life.
You owing these rappers who don't mind putting you on blast. Like, how do you come out to your fans and portray something when Drake has you performing in his house?
Hey man,
French Montana is like cracking jokes on you. The two light skinniest people in the whole industry got you shook. Yeah. It could be worse. It could have been 50 Cent because if you owe 50 Cent money,
he said his bodyguard.
I don't even see how you. If 50 Cent, if I needed some money, and 50 Cent said, "Yo, I got you," I'm like, "No, I'm good, bro." He's like, "No, I got you." I'm like, "I'm good, bro."
No, my Sean, I need that 50 Cent from you.
Yeah, exactly.
I got you that soda.
Yeah, have me on Facebook. Like you remember? I'm like, oh.
Yeah, but man, it's wild though. So I mean, it's just what it is nowadays. You just can't go. You go around owing record companies, record labels money. Now you owe other rappers money. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's starting to run out.
How does that conversation? Like, how do you have that conversation? Like, yo, Drake, we hold 50 G's. Don't you have a single on the top 100?
One single? Yeah, you look at your contracts, fool. What you been doing?
You should have signed to me.
Yeah, she signed to me. OVO. You know.
Like I don't understand. Like I would like, and I know throughout history, rappers. I know one of the famous ones is Snoop Dogg, but Snoop Dogg looked up with Master P.
Yeah.
Master P, he didn't owe Master P. No, Master P gave him everything,
right,
and put in his name and gave him
right.
all the rights to his album,
right,
which is unheard of.
Right.
Like,
right.
People don't give Master P enough credit.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's not knowing your business, your finances, and the people you keep around you. Because you say you have the right people to keep you around you and tell you, hey man, what you doing with your money? Hold up, what you doing? What? You about to do? No, hell no. Sit your ass down. You can't bowl or shit anyway. What you doing bowling? You hanging out with Drake, you want to, or whatever my man's name, Fresh Montana, half-ass rapping ass. You betting him in bowling? Probably the best thing he could do anyway, anything, anyways, is bowling.
Are you on Facebook with Bootsy of all people? I never do that with Bootsy because Bootsy hood legend life forever. Like,
yeah.
And you doing crate challenges for $5,000. You a rapper and you doing crate challenges for $5,000. Like Bootsy got you literally busting your butt.
So he literally did a crate challenge for $5,000.
And he lost in the court.
And I'm sitting there like, behind.
And I'm sitting there like, are you really that in debt? Like everybody's laughing, but is he at that point where like, yo, this kid could kill himself? Because rappers, like, I think a rapper killed his girlfriend. I mean,
I don't know. I really don't care at this point.
Can we call them rappers?
Call them something. Artists? I don't know.
What?
Performers?
That's a good question. What determines an artist now? Because I can start a YouTube channel. Check us out. Check us out. And put my music out there and get some fans. Am I an artist, or does it like
you can say you're an artist in a sense, but will you be recognized as such is a different thing. Because what you say, what you call yourself, what people see you as, are two different things. If it's something they didn't say, it's like saying the difference between a rapper and an MC. You say that you're an MC, but some people may look at you as a rapper.
Yeah.
But there are people that see you as such that, hey, oh yeah, man, he's that MC. Because sometimes people give you that lane. And so as opposed to you putting yourself in that lane. Yeah. And a lot of times some people are putting themselves in the lane of, hey, I'm a rapper. Hey, I'm a drug dealer. Hey, I'm a thug. Hey, I'm coming out the closet. I mean, hey.
So, what's your feelings about
what?
Lil Nas X?
He's living his life.
He really is. He's living his life.
I mean, what's the latest greatest with him? What is the latest?
I think he's People. Did he make the People magazine cover?
Because my thing is, you are who you are. Then be that. If that's who you choose. Actually, at one point, I thought he said he wasn't gay anymore, or he wasn't living that lifestyle. He was
personally.
Back to women,
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think a lot of them are lying. I really do. I think they're.
I mean, he made out with a man on TV, so I mean, hey.
I think money will have you do some crazy things, and I may be wrong.
You're right,
but I know. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Say what you need to say first.
This is gonna sound really racist. It's like backwards racist, but
okay.
I have known and been around people of that community, the homosexual community. They ain't nothing like that. Like they're just.
They're not
and I hate to say
they're not over the top.
I hate to say like they're normal people because that sounds really cliche, but they're just like everybody. They're not trying to be out here doing all this wild stuff.
Right.
And it's like when you see someone like him, and it's like, wait a second, are you doing this for clout? Or I mean,
you're right. Some people might be in certain groups for the clout. I mean, hey man, got two number one albums. I mean,
it did. Hey, I guess.
He won him a Grammy, didn't he? Something like that. MTV award. Made out with a man on TV. That was one of his dances on TV. Talking about he want to have a baby and everything. So, I mean, hey, people choose to live their life the way they choose to live their life. I have no problem with that.
Right, I agree with you on that. I just say that. I just don't like when it's.
Because, as long as it's honest and you're genuine about it.
And that's my thing. I don't like it when you're toying with people because there are people out here who are living that life and they're catching the hell.
They see it and they're confused. They don't know.
Right. and they're catching that hell that you're putting out because nobody's going to throw that hell at you because you're not normal with the rest, but they're catching that hell based off you because people are looking at them, looking at you, thinking that everybody's that way.
Right.
Kind of like when they see a black man thinking that all we want to do is just have sex with their women and impregnate the world.
I do.
Oh, cool.
I do. Hide your women. Stop playing, man. I'll do that.
So I'm gonna throw this question at you.
Okay.
Is there any famous person that if you got in a fight with and they beat you, you will not tell that you lost to them?
Lil Nas X.
Okay.
That's off the top of my head. I really got every person thought in it. Yeah. It's a real thing. I'll get back to you, but that's my answer right now. But go, who's yours? Kwame Brown?
No, so the reason I bring this up is because apparently Jason Derulo was fighting in Las Vegas because some people was heckling him, calling him Usher. And this comedian said, and he had a funny, he made it, he was telling the story, well, of course the comedian
he was there.
He wasn't there, but he was telling, and he was like,
okay.
You getting beat up by Jason Derulo. And then I guess Jason Derulo did this Halloween skit and he put on this skinny mini behind
I gotta see this.
Batman outfit with his back out and everything. So I'm doing something like this. And he's like, that's what you got beat up by. I said, oh, yes, I would not tell anybody. I would kill him. Like, if he beat me up, I would come back and shoot him. Like, that ain't gonna be no. Like, you're not going, like, how he did the video. Ryan, I think the comedian is Ryan. Oh, man. He said, I didn't even realize. He was like, yeah, he just showed a video of the guy and Jason Derulo just doing like this, and the small behind Batman outfit and with his back out. I was like, cute, huh? I was like, yo, yeah, he can't beat me up. But for me, one celebrity that, you know what?
Damn, Jason.
Who would it be? You know what? Gary Coleman. Yeah. If he ever, I mean, he passed away, but if he, now we ain't the same height.
Yeah.
Between him or Webster, they tag team.
Yeah. I mean, they double take, that's different. They beat you up at the same time.
It used to be Michael Jackson, but then I went back and started listening to his music, really listen to the words. He ain't nobody you want to mess with. Like, he'll steal your girl. Like, 95% of Michael Jackson's songs was stealing your girl.
Right.
Yeah, and then Prince is famous for being hood. So, so it's like, nah. And we all know Rick James. So, so I was like, you know what? Gary Coleman. They'd be like, you got beat up by Prince? I'm like, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
That's cute.
Oh, man. All right. So, do you think the world ended? Do you think the world ended?
The world ended back when?
After 2020. Like we're really like in the Matrix. Like we're really like the world has ended. We're somewhere as batteries right now. Like we're not here. Really? Do you ever feel like that? Like just seeing how things are just moving, seeing how things are playing out, just seeing how you thought of people positions and stuff and how you realize they wasn't really crap that they like how everything is. It's like, are we really living?
It's the world we
yeah, like the world may have honestly ended and we're just batteries at this point. Morpheus is coming soon. Yeah, Morpheus is coming soon.
Okay. You will take the red or the blue pill. Oh man, that's a lot to think about. Now you really gonna be thinking about this tonight. Damn, that's an interesting question. Do I think the world has ended?
Because we always say we're looking for, of course, if you do biblical, we're looking for a couple of things, which, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, the rapture is not in the Bible. I think that's man-made. I think so. I got to look that up, but I'm pretty sure.
You got to read Revelations.
Yeah, I don't think it's in Revelations. I don't think it's that. But, you do have the biblical side of it, depending on what religion, depending on how it happens. But when you really think about it, really, it has, I mean, as far as the moral compass of the world, just the dignity, do you think it has ended? Because,
So you read like is hip hop dead, Nas type deal.
right.
Okay. The world as we knew it.
Yeah, like there's no going back. Like,
I think, yeah, I say in a sense, but I think it does that every day. When you say it that way, it's not as you remembered it yesterday, the day before, years so bad. Yeah, I can see that. That could be a very long, lengthy conversation. Very really good. Yeah, that could be a very interesting conversation to have with somebody.
Yeah, because I'm just looking at it, and because if you look at the news, you're hearing all these horrible things. We make fun of the metaverse, but realistically, Antonio Brown is a prime example of how you're just internet living.
Right.
Kwame Brown is another one of internet living and things like that. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, everything. We want to be internet living too. But it's crazy because when you start thinking about it, it's a lot of things that we done gave our lives over to everybody. Like we literally given our lives over. Like there are people who everything's like they got cameras all in their house just to show their lives on Facebook.
Right.
Or I keep saying Facebook because I'm old.
Okay. But either way, just for the world to see.
For the world to see. People are now, go out there, they'll just kill and don't care,
videotape it.
Exactly. I mean, we're just in this world where there's no morals, there's no boundaries, there's nothing, like no limitations. It's just here, your own impulse. Right. You're just impulse.
Right.
Which, by the way, was a DC character. We're impulse. That's all you just impulse.
Okay, impulse. and I can see that where you saying it's more people live more instinctive than through logic.
Right.
Instinct. Okay. And it goes back to saying people have lost their footing in the world. They stopped being so grounded as they used to be. And you said, like I said, a couple of conversations, days, however ago, people get out of you only live once. Hey, I almost came close to dying. The world is going the way it is. Like you said, the world died yesterday. And here is a whole different version of the world possible. These are the things that drive people to do the things they do.
Okay.
They live living on the edge as they think they are, as they want to say. I mean, you take these chances, you take these, you take shots. Like I said, you take these chances every time you walk out the door. Every time you get in your car and you start, you drive. You take a chance. You drink water. You eat something. You sit on the toilet. You walk. Anything happen any possible time. It's just one of the things. And people really take that. Some people really take that seriously to heart and into their mind mentally. And that's why you see people in the middle of a football game taking off their shoulder pads and stripping down and walking out half naked, and then you see them at the game across town, in the same outfit.
Which, by the way, it was a FU moment.
Of course,
that was the biggest.
I'm a giant now. Yes. I'm a giant now, bitch.
Yes, that was
a giant. Yeah. So I mean, that's just what it is, man. So you can't, you can't make it up. You really can't.
Okay. All right, as we wind it down, you got anything for the people?
Yeah. Please don't hesitate to comment and make sure that makes sense. Whatever you're saying, comment, subscribe, share. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us if you got any suggestions. If you want to jump on one of these casts with us, summer casts with us. Big things coming. Podcasts, more shows. Maybe some events, maybe some visits. We'll see what's coming up in the road. Like I said, check us out on YouTube.
Yeah. Sunday we will be debuting a new show with Rolando. Podcast about nothing.
Okay. I got you.
Podcast about nothing.
Yeah. I got you. Okay.
So we got that. And of course, like you said, please check us out on all our social media. Like, subscribe. Please, comments good. And constructive. And like I said, if you ever want to, have a conversation with us, or you feel like you don't like what we said, please respectfully disagree with us. We respectfully, disagree with you, and we can always come to agreement in the middle because that's what we do as adults. I love me.
Hey, he loves himself.
I love me some me, and I don't mind you. That's that Bubble Sparks.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah,
Okay,
that was that Bubble Spark. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
love
Okay.
me some me, and I don't mind. But nah, we thank y'all for showing up. We thank y'all for being with us, and we'll be back. Matter of fact, tomorrow. Peace.
What are the jokers saying?